Hey everybody, welcome to OpeningDayCards.com. I'm Joe. Chris is sitting on the sidelines right now, so I'm going to give you an update on what's cooking for the Brewers rotation in the 2010 season. There's been a lot of change. We got a couple of guys that weren't even on the Brewers before that are now going to be in our starting five, so I want to give you the quick rundown on how I see it. A couple of still question marks out there, so this is some key information that we're going to have to just get to the bottom of. First one, Yovani Gallardo. Ken Maka is almost there to saying he's going to be the guy starting for opening day, April 5th, at home against Ubaldo Jimenez of the Colorado Rockies. He's kind of the ace of the Brewers, so pretty much slot him in as the number one. He had a rocky outing, his last one, 6 runs, 8 hits on 3 innings pitched, so just making sure he's healthy. But you know what, the guy's going to be in there. He's going to be our ace through the season, just a stud pitcher. He did have one win in the spring training where he won 1-0, and that run was off of his home run, so he's also a great guy that you want to have in the lineup. Second guy, new pitcher for the Brewers, Randy Wolf. The guy has been pretty solid this spring. He's got a 1.13 ERA this spring. He, in his last outing, pitched 6 innings with 7 strikeouts and only 1 hit. So he's going to be there. He's going to be ready, the number 2 pitcher for the Brewers. Number 3, we got Doug Davis. He was a Brewer back in 2005, I think, and then he took a couple years and went over and pitched for the D-backs, but he's now back with the Brewers. Maka said he's going to be the number 3 pitcher, so look for him to get a bunch of starts this year. Hopefully he stays pretty solid. His last outing in spring training was actually against his former team, the D-backs, and he did not look great. He gave up 4 walks and 9 hits, 6 runs. That was actually Sunday. So the guy is still getting in the groove of things, but you know what? He's a very experienced professional pitcher. Another great guy to have in our staff. 4th pitcher for the Brewers, Dave Bush, a guy I'm really high on because he's former catcher, and he turned into a pitcher once he got to the major leagues, actually. But this guy in spring has been tough. He's 1-0 with a 2.13 ERA this spring. His last outing, he actually went 6 innings, only gave up 1 run on 5 hits in a 10-2 victory versus the Indians. So this guy's a stud. Look for him to come out and have a great season this year. He was in the middle of a pretty good season last year before he got injured. Lost 2 months, came back, never really got back to the 100% Dave Bush that we all know and love. Fun fact about Dave Bush, he actually has the only Brewers postseason win since the 1982 World Series. So this guy, you have to have him in your starting rotation, if for no other reason than you know he can win in the postseason and he can get you there. That was actually in 2008 when they played the Phillies in the NLDS. Now the 5th starter, this is where the big question mark is, and there's a lot of debate, a lot of good talk about who's going to be number 5 for the Brewers this year. First guy I'm going to talk about, Jeff Suppan. Nobody likes Jeff Suppan. All right, we hired this guy. We gave him a ton of money because he had one great season with the St. Louis Cardinals, got some postseason wins, and all of a sudden we threw a ton of money at him, like $42 million or something like that. We're holding on to him right now. We're going to have to pay him $12.5 million this year no matter what, so he is not good trade bait. Nobody wants to pay him $12.5 million, including the Brewers. But I don't think that's a good reason why we should keep him as the number 5 starter. Spring training so far, 7.71 ERA. The guy's junk. You know what? Swallow that $12.5 million pill and get him out of there. Second guy, Chris Narveson. This guy's looking tough. He actually was the Brewers pitcher of the month for the September-October to wrap up the season last year, where he went 1-0 with a 2.73 ERA in 9 appearances. Continuing that good work in the spring, he's thrown 9 innings in the spring. We haven't given him a lot of opportunities, but he has not yet given up a single run. I think the guy deserves a shot to be our number 5 starter. And then the other guy who's vying for this 5th spot, Manny Parra. He's a homegrown Brewer, southpaw. But you know what? The guy's inconsistent. We've given him a lot of starts so far. 58 starts, I believe. 21-20 as a major league pitcher. Just brutally inconsistent. 6.32 ERA this spring. You know what? I say give Chris Narveson a shot. See if the guy can get it done. So we'll check back in and let you know who that number 5 starter is. The good news is we don't need to roll out a 5th starter until April 14th or 15th this year. So we do get to go a couple series just with our 1 through 4, which is shaping up to be pretty solid. But that's just a quick look at who the Brewers starters are going to be this year. openingdaycards.com. We're usually handing out free cards. This time it's just free advice and free news. But check back in with us for more great news and baseball cards at openingdaycards.com. Thank you.